Hello everyone, my name is Virginia Rosenberg. I'm an intuitive astrologer and sacred movement artist. My website is heavenlybodieshealing.com. Please visit my website and sign up for my mailing list if you like what I have to say. I always do new moon and full moon updates and also full monthly forecasts for the astrology to support your ability to track the energies that are going on in the heavens so that you can experientially learn by comparison how those energies show up in your lives so that you can be empowered to start to learn how to use astrology to support and heal yourself in your own life. I was inspired to make a video today in honor of the full moon. The full moon is on Saturday, which is today, May 21st, 2016, and it's exact at 5:13 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is a full moon in Sagittarius. Woo! Party! Sagittarius loves adventures, it loves fun, it loves campfires, it loves to go for a hike and be out in nature and in the wilderness, it loves martial arts. Sagittarius loves philosophy. What an amazing, rich, fun, expansive sign, and it's a fire sign. So this full moon really marks a shift in astrological energies. For the last 3 weeks we've been dealing with a lot of planets in earth signs and retrograde planets as well. And so it's been kind of a denser time, dense being maybe dealing with material, dealing with work, dealing with business, considering what our core values are, what we want to really feed and nurture and ripen as far as the foundations of our lives. So what the most important things are, what is essential, what are our long-range, long-term goals. This has been what's stirring for the first 3 weeks of May, is really considering these questions. And in addition to that, we've also had a bunch of retrograde planets, and with retrograde planets, I always like to think of an Erykah Badu song. It's, some of the lyrics go, redo, reset, restart, or refresh it could be. And that's the story of retrograde. It's redo, refresh, reset, restart, reconsider, reimagine, just everything re. So when things are retrograde, we tend to kind of go back in time. We often connect with people from our past, or memories from the past really come up for us to engage with them. Or sometimes we're just kind of sitting with ourselves in terms of reviewing patterns and things and realizing the ones that we'd rather not carry forward into our lives. So especially as we've been getting very clear about what are the core investments and the core values, it's like maybe we've also been getting clear about some of our inner patterns that have kept us separate from those in the past, and we've been in a renegotiation process with all of that. And retrograde planets, they tend to invoke kind of an intuitive or a liminal space as well, especially while Mercury is retrograde, which he has been recently. Mercury goes direct tomorrow, so he's stationing right now, and he'll be stationing direct tomorrow. And when Mercury stations, it literally looks like, from our perspective on Earth, that he's stopped in the sky. So our brains can sort of take a pause and enter a state of suspension as well. Not to say that they're not working, but for me, what I notice is my brain just works differently when Mercury is stationing. And sometimes too, I receive really important messages, communications in the day before Mercury stations, the day Mercury stations, and possibly the day after. And we want to listen for messages both within ourselves and from without ourselves. So people coming into our world, walking down the street, seeing a sign, oh my gosh, you know, that's a message. So this is the climate that we've been in astrologically for May, these Earth trine, and then also the retrograde planets and being in this liminal space of reconsideration. The full moon in Sagittarius tells a much different story and brings us into really different territory. And so first off, Sagittarius and Gemini are the polarity of learning. So they both have to do with exploration and personal growth through learning and growth through our relationships with other people. So this is a very communicative axis. It's a social axis. Sun in Gemini, it's time to get out there and be around your siblings, around your brothers, your sisters, your neighbors, your friends, your teachers, your students, really sharing ideas, sharing information, sharing perspectives, and helping to grow each other's minds through your communication. And so all these things that we've decided that have been our core values during Earth season, it's like, how can we take these into conversation? How can we take these into other people and see how we can feed each other's dreams, how we can feed each other's long-range goals? That's what time it is, to start to connect with each other in this way, to support each other, to give each other opportunities, and that we're all in this together. So Gemini and Sagittarius, they're both kind of duality based in some ways. Gemini is often thought of as the sign of the twins or the lovers, and everything manifest in life comes in duality. So it's that yin-yang theory, right? That masculine-feminine theory. So during this season and during this moon, we really get a chance to observe how duality is taking place and observing how it activates and operates in our lives, and to see where we can make a synthesis between duality. So light and dark, masculine, feminine, yin and yang, they always exist together. You can't really have one without the other in the manifest world. And they complement each other. And as my Sifu says, the seed of one is always contained within the other. So the seed of the masculine is contained within the feminine and nourished by the feminine, just as the seed of the feminine is contained within the masculine and nourished by the masculine. So we get to dance with this during Gemini Sagittarius season. It's so beautiful. I notice that for me, the more I rest, the more energy that I have to be active in my life. And also, the more I get my work done and feel complete with being active in my life, the more permission that I have to be able to rest and luxuriate and self-massage for however long I want to after that. So this moon is really interesting because it's conjunct Mars almost exactly. They're both at the first degree of Sagittarius. And Mars is the planet of masculine. It's the planet of will. It's that vital force. It's raw energy. It's what gets us moving. It's what activates us, what wants us to get up and out. So with Moon conjunct Mars on this full moon, it's very much an activation. It's very much saying like, all right, you've identified these core values. You've been thinking about this. You figured out that this is the foundation. Now, boom, it's time to get moving. It's time to go. It's time to get out there, possibly connecting with people. Just take steps to getting stuff done, to doing the work, to really offering that vital energy. Mars loves physical activity, so it's a great day to be outside, especially because it's in Sagittarius. It's a great day for like a vigorous hike. It's a great day to go for a run. As we're in Mars territory in general, we really want to find ways to move this energy through our bodies, through our systems, because there could be some extra energy that needs to be expressed, and it could come out in anxiety or restlessness. If you're feeling those things, or if you're feeling overwhelm or worry, Go outside and run, go and dance, do something to just get the blood pumping, go have a great lovemaking session with your partner or your friend that you really trust. These are ways that we can really use this energy, and I guarantee you that while you're doing this exercise or this physical activity or this love making, it's going to help to clarify some things, and it's going to help inform you about your path moving forward. When we get the blood flowing and circulating, it's like, wow, I have a clear head, I can see the way forward. Mars also can rule anger and frustration. So if there is some of that going on too, I recommend that you express your anger in a healthy way. And again, get it moving, get it to express. Gemini and Sagittarius are all about expression. Sagittarius is broadcasting, publishing. I needed to make a video because it's a full moon in Sagittarius. So really getting the message out. For some of you in relationship with other people, especially committed partnership, there may be some tensions that need to be voiced. There may need some things that need to come to the surface, so have a fight, do it healthfully, but my recommendation is to not be afraid if there's anger or frustration, to really let it have a voice and become expressed. That's the story of this moon. And the reason I felt so called to make this video right now is because if Mars energy exhibits itself in an unconscious manner, it can be violent, it can be really rough around the edges, it can be too forceful, and it can cause damage. If a warrior is crazy with rage, it's not gonna turn out too well, and there could be some destruction. So the way that I love to use astrology is just to allow that symbolic language to help make things conscious for me. So I offer this video as an understanding that when you work with anger or frustration or sex or these Mars themes consciously, it can be incredibly beautiful, empowering, liberating, activating, and it can really nourish and serve everyone on a deeper level. So I encourage that. And if you do find somebody who's in more of this frustrated, angry space and not able to access a consciousness around it, and that it's just coming out in every which way, then duck. As Anne Ortley said in her recent forecast, she's a beautiful astrologer based in New York, duck. Don't engage, don't get into a back and forth. One of the things about this is to identify what's really necessary to deal with and to take those steps. But if it's something that's more, that doesn't feel necessary, just walk away. Just run in the other direction and get your heart rate up and get yourself into a place of health and inspiration and attunement with who you really are and what you came here to do. That's what this moon is all about, is invigorating you and inspiring you and impassioning you around what you came here to do, because we all came here on a mission. We all came here with a voice. We all came here with something very special and unique to offer. And I know that sometimes with the extremeness that this planet is seeing right now, in a lot of ways, it can feel very discouraging. It can feel like, wow, we really need a miracle. And someone said that to me recently, and what came through in response from some of the higher-ups that I work with in the astrological realms and the Akashic records was, well, luckily, every single one of us is a miracle. And there's a miracle inside of you, and each one of us is ordained with a beautiful, special vision and mission, and this moon is really about owning that and activating that. My blessings to you and your vision and your mission. Let's do this together, and let's show up to our lives in the best way, the most conscious way, the most brilliant way possible, and let's feel all of it along the way. Thank you.